In an era defined by fleeting trends and overnight sensations, Sabrina Carpenter has emerged as a rare beacon of authenticity. From her humble beginnings in small-town Pennsylvania to gracing the world's largest stages and screens, Sabrina's journey is a testament to her undeniable magnetic charm. Starting her career as a scene-stealing child actor for Disney, she captivated audiences with her wit and emotional depth. But acting was only the prelude to what would become a boundary-transcending career. Sabrina's transition into music was not just a natural evolution, it was a revelation. With each album, she's explored new depths of vulnerability and confidence, evolving from catchy teen pop anthems to introspective storytelling that resonated with fans across generations. Along the way, she's faced controversies, online backlash, and the pressures of being in the spotlight. But through it all, she's handled herself with grace and a self-awareness beyond her years. With record-breaking hits like Espresso and Taste, there's no doubt that this young American pop sensation is carving out her place in the entertainment world, and she's here to stay. Trace her meteoric rise from the girl who once dreamed of the spotlight to the woman who commands it with ease. This is the story of Sabrina Carpenter. For over a decade, Sabrina Carpenter has been a name woven into the fabric of the entertainment industry. Yet her sudden rise in recent years feels like a brand new chapter. A veteran by experience, but a fresh face to the mainstream spotlight, Sabrina has seamlessly transitioned from the familiar roles of Disney Channel stardom into an artist whose music now dominates global charts and streams. Her recent triumphs, Grammy nominations, viral hits, and a surge in cultural relevance aren't just lucky breaks. They're the result of years of evolution and a pursuit of authenticity. This is an artist who has spent her career learning how to make her voice resonate, both literally and figuratively. From the sugar-coated pop of her earlier albums to the raw, confessional honesty of emails I can't send and the bolder, edgier tones of Short and Sweet, Sabrina's music has shifted to reflect not just her growth, but her willingness to be vulnerable. Her lyrics are no longer mere stories. They're open pages of a diary documenting heartbreak, resilience, and the complexities of growing up in the public eye. Songs like Skin, Because I Liked a Boy, and Feather showed her leaning into the gray areas of human emotion, messy, imperfect, and unapologetically real. Carpenter has tapped into something that transcends music. Her fans don't just listen, they feel seen. She's found a way to blend relatability with sharp wit, marrying lush pop production with emotionally potent storytelling. Her newer work feels more confident, more experimental, and more in tune with the sound of the current pop landscape. What's perhaps most striking is how long it's taken for the world to catch up to her talent. For years, she was known for her acting, her role as the bubbly teen star. Now, after navigating industry shifts and leaning fully into her artistry, she has established herself as a true pop powerhouse. Her decade of work wasn't a prelude, it was the foundation for the artist she's become. This is Sabrina Carpenter's moment. Not just because of her newfound fame, but because she's finally being recognized for the storyteller, musician, and cultural force she's worked so tirelessly to become. And yet this chapter feels less like the peak of a career and more like the thrilling prologue to something even greater. Sabrina Ann Lynn Carpenter's story begins in Quakertown, Pennsylvania, where she was born on May 11, 1999, to Elizabeth and David Carpenter. As the youngest of 4 siblings, Sabrina grew up surrounded by her older sisters, Sarah, Shannon, and her half-sister Kayla. Creativity was a hallmark of the Carpenter family. Her mother, Elizabeth, was a former dancer who later established her own chiropractic practice, while her father, David, had a musical streak, having played in a garage band. Even her extended family carried a creative flair. Her aunt, Nancy Cartwright, famously lent her voice to Bart Simpson on Matt Groening's The Simpsons. From an early age, Sabrina followed in her family's artistic footsteps. She started dancing at just 2 years old, eventually dedicating 6 days a week to classes. By the time she was 6, she had begun vocal lessons, which marked the beginning of her deep love for music. Sabrina would later tell Rolling Stone that singing was her first love. Her childhood soundtrack featured iconic artists like Stevie Nicks, Dolly Parton, and Patsy Cline. Christina Aguilera had the most profound impact on Sabrina during her formative years. At just 11 years old, Sabrina was captivated by Aguilera's music and artistry, often speaking about her with admiration. Aguilera's songs played a significant role in shaping Sabrina's early musical influences and left a lasting impression on her. In 2009, at just 10 years old, Sabrina began sharing her voice with the world through YouTube, uploading covers of songs by Aguilera, Adele, Ozzy Osbourne, and Taylor Swift. Recognizing her passion, David built a purple recording studio in their basement to support her budding talent. Being homeschooled allowed Sabrina the flexibility to nurture her creative pursuits. Alongside her musical ambitions, she developed an interest in acting and landed several small roles. By the age of 13, Sabrina and her family made the life-changing decision to move to Los Angeles, where she could fully commit to her acting career. Sabrina's determination and self-belief have been the driving forces behind her journey. She attributes much of her success to her ability to manifest her dreams and goals, a trait she considers both a blessing and a challenge. From an early age, she had an unwavering conviction that pursuing her passion was her life's calling, never allowing doubt to interfere with her aspirations. With her talents nurtured by a supportive family and an unwavering belief in her dreams, Sabrina Carpenter was on her way to carving out a path uniquely her own. Sabrina Carpenter's journey into the world of entertainment began with her first acting role in 2011, when she appeared as a guest star on the NBC drama Law & Order Special Victims Unit. Around the same time, her musical talents took her overseas to perform at the Gold Mango Audience Festival in China, where she sang a soulful rendition of Something's Got a Hold on Me. In 2013, she expanded her resume and delved into her Disney era, contributing the song Smile to the compilation album Disney Fairies, Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. That same year, she voiced Princess Vivian in Disney's animated series Sophia the First and performed the song All You Need alongside Ariel Winter. Sabrina's breakthrough came in January 2013 when she was cast as Maya Hart in Disney Channel's Girl Meets World, a spin-off of the beloved series Boy Meets World. The show, which ran for 72 episodes before concluding in January 2017, became a defining moment in Sabrina's career. She and co-star Rowan Blanchard also recorded the show's theme song, adding a musical layer to her connection with the series.
I learned so much from doing that show. I mean, like, those were like my stepping stone years. So, of course, I learned so much from the people that I was working with that had a lot more experience than I did. I learned just a lot about like getting in my body as far as acting and feeling really comfortable with myself. And yeah, I mean, I created relationships that will last a lifetime from that show. So always very great.
Even before her role on Girl Meets World, Sabrina signed a 5-album deal with Disney's Hollywood Records, setting the stage for her music career. In March 2014, she released her debut single, Can't Blame a Girl for Trying, co-written by Meghan Trainor. The single received glowing reviews and became the title track of her debut EP, which launched in April of the same year. Sabrina's voice became a familiar presence on Disney projects throughout 2014. She contributed lead vocals to the Disney Channel Circle of Stars cover of Do You Want to Build a Snowman? And recorded Stand Out for the Disney Channel original movie How to Build a Better Boy, which premiered in August. Closing out the year, she released her first Christmas single, The Festive Silver Nights.
Honestly, I was just always doing what I loved, and I continue to kind of just do what I love and follow the projects and follow the things that my heart kind of tell me to and my heart lead me to. And, you know, it was very natural for me that I really just wanted to be focused on music.
By this point, Sabrina Carpenter had established herself as a rising star, balancing her dual passions for acting and music with ease. Each project brought her closer to becoming the multi-talented artist the world would come to know and love. Sabrina Carpenter's evolution as a multifaceted artist gained momentum in January 2015 with the release of We'll Be the Stars, the lead single from her debut studio album, Eyes Wide Open. The album, a blend of teen pop and pop folk, arrived on April 14, 2015, debuting at number 43 on the Billboard 200 and selling over 12,000 copies in its first week. Garnering positive reviews, it earned Sabrina 2 Radio Disney Music Awards. That summer, Sabrina performed at the D23 Expo, and by December, she delighted fans with her second Christmas single, Christmas the Whole Year Round. In early 2016, Sabrina released Smoke and Fire, a standalone single she later performed at the Radio Disney Music Awards. June brought her starring role in the Disney Channel original movie Adventures in Babysitting, alongside Sophia Carson. The pair also performed the movie's theme song, Wild Side. Expanding her talents to the stage, Sabrina appeared in the Pasadena Playhouse production of Peter Pan and Tinker Bell, A Pirate's Christmas. She also lent her voice to Melissa Chase in Disney XD's animated series Milo Murphy's Law and headlined the Music Fest Festival in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. October 2016 marked the release of Sabrina's second studio album, Evolution, which debuted at number 28 on the Billboard 200 and sold 13,000 copies in its first week. The album featured standout singles like On Purpose and the platinum-certified Thumbs, which peaked at number 1 on Billboard's bubbling under Hot 100 chart. Sabrina showcased Thumbs on major platforms before embarking on her first headlining concert tour, the Evolution Tour, that autumn.
It was a big change from my first album, and thematically when writing the album, I wanted it to be universal. So the change in content, but most of all, I think a lot of it thematically is love. That's why the first 4 letters of Evolution backwards are love, and growth together, because there was a lot of change.
In 2017, Sabrina continued to expand her reach. She performed the theme song for Disney Channel's Andy Mack in March, and collaborated with the Vamps and Mike Perry on the single Hands in May. By July, she released Why, a song that earned praise and peaked at number 21 on the Billboard bubbling under Hot 100 chart. That summer, she embarked on her second headlining tour, the D Tour, and joined Ariana Grande as an opening act on the Dangerous Woman Tour in Sao Paulo. Sabrina closed the year with a series of holiday-themed projects, including a cover of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and joined violinist Lindsey Sterling for a whimsical rendition of You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. She also collaborated with British singer Jasmine Thompson on a cover of Sign of the Times. With each release and performance, Sabrina Carpenter continued to solidify her reputation as a dynamic performer and an artist willing to explore new creative horizons. In March 2018, Sabrina Carpenter collaborated with English DJ Jonas Blue on the song Alien, which soared to number 1 on the US Dance Club Songs chart. By May, Carpenter's rising influence was recognized when she was included in Nylon magazine's list of 25 Gen Zers changing the world. In September, she demonstrated her acting versatility with a sharp departure from her work with Disney in the critically acclaimed and powerful film The Hate U Give, which exposed the deep racial tensions that influenced the resurgence of political activism such as the Black Lives Matter movement. Sabrina's third studio album, Singular Act 1, was released on November 9, 2018, to positive reviews. Originally planned as a single album, Sabrina announced it would be split into 2 acts, with the second act slated for early 2019. The album's lead singles, Almost Love and Sue Me, both achieved number 1 on the US Dance Club Songs chart. Sabrina wrote the song Sue Me after she was sued by her former music managers Stan Rogo and Elliot Lurie. The conflict began after Carpenter parted ways with the duo in August 2014, leading to a lawsuit in which Rogo and Lurie claimed they were owed commissions from her earlier albums, Eyes Wide Open and Evolution. On May 23, 2018, the court ruled in Carpenter's favor and allowed her to recover legal costs from the case. Sabrina described this song as a reflection of pure confidence. She explained that Sue Me marked a turning point for the album, as it set a new creative direction, diverging from the style of her earlier work. March 2019 marked the start of Sabrina's third headlining concert series, the Singular Tour. Widely praised for its polished production and Carpenter's charismatic stage presence, the tour also had an intimate vibe, allowing Sabrina to connect closely with her audience. In June, Sabrina starred in The Short History of the Long Road, a heartfelt drama that premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival. The film earned praise for its emotional depth, with Sabrina's performance singled out for acclaim. On July 19, 2019, Sabrina released Singular, Act 2, the second installment of her two-part album. Exploring personal themes like anxiety and self-reflection, the album received positive reviews. It featured standout singles such as Exhale and In My Bed. She landed a big role in the Netflix original film Tall Girl. Sabrina took on the role of Harper Craman, the glamorous and supportive older sister to Jodie, played by Ava Michelle. Sabrina's portrayal of Harper brought depth to a character who could have easily been one-dimensional. Beyond her picture-perfect exterior, Harper acted as a bridge between Jodie's struggles with insecurity and self-acceptance.
It is such a refreshing dynamic, I think personally, because I think a lot of the times in coming-of-age films, like sisters and siblings are often rivalries, and instead in this movie they're very, very much there for each other. And I think I've never been an older sister, I'm the baby of my family, so it was nice to kind of switch roles and get to kind of see the person that she's becoming and just want to be there and support her every step of the way.
In interviews, Sabrina expressed how much fun she had stepping into Harper's heels, literally and figuratively. The role allowed her to explore comedy and sisterhood, while showcasing a dynamic new side of her acting range.
You're going to take away from this film whatever you need to. I think a lot of it is about embracing those things that make you different and realizing that you can use them to your advantage instead of using them to hold you back. But I think it's a different process for everybody. And some people, some people move a little quicker and some people move slower. It's whatever you really need at the end of the day. But I think it's just important to be kind to one another. I think that's a big message in this film and a big undertone that we're trying to get across.
Although not overly well received, the film amassed a total of 41 million viewers within a month of release. The following month, she made her Broadway debut in Mean Girls. Unfortunately, the production closed mid-month due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and Broadway's shutdown prevented it from reopening. In May, she contributed to ABC's The Disney Family Sing-Along Volume 2, performing Your Mother and Mine, and appeared in Royalties, where she performed Perfect Song for the series soundtrack. July 2020 saw Sabrina release Let Me Move You, a lively track for the Netflix dance film Work It, where she also served as both star and executive producer. Her performance in the film received positive reviews, and her involvement extended to the soundtrack, including a remix of Zara Larsson's Wow. In October, Sabrina starred in Disney Plus's Clouds, a poignant film based on the life of Zach Sobiech, contributing to its soundtrack as well. Closing out a whirlwind year, Sabrina was named to Forbes' prestigious 30 Under 30 list in the Hollywood and Entertainment category in December 2020.
In this day and age, there's a lot of kind of starting from the ground up and making something out of nothing with our creativity in our minds and finding new ways to kind of continue to push boundaries and continue to evolve. So I would consider myself and a lot of my peers entrepreneurs.
This recognition marked another milestone in her career as an artist excelling across music, film, and stage. Sabrina Carpenter entered a transformative phase of her music career in January 2021, when she announced her signing with Universal Music Group's Island Records. Shortly after, on January 22nd, she debuted her first single, Skin, under the label. The track marked a significant milestone, becoming her first entry on the Billboard Hot 100, debuting at number 48. It also secured her first top 40 spot on the Billboard Global 200 chart. Carpenter performed Skin on The Late Late Show with James Corden and the 32nd Annual GLAAD Media Awards. In September 2021, she released Skinny Dipping, the lead single for her upcoming 5th studio album, followed by Fast Times in February 2022. In July, Carpenter unveiled her highly anticipated album, Emails I Can't Send. The album debuted at number 23 on the Billboard 200, selling 18,000 album-equivalent units in its first week. Its themes delved into personal experiences, with singles like Vicious, Because I Liked a Boy, and Nonsense, capturing both critical and public attention. Because I Liked a Boy addressed the backlash Carpenter faced during a widely publicized controversy with Olivia Rodrigo. Olivia Rodrigo's hit song, Driver's License, sparked widespread speculation about a real-life love triangle involving her high school musical series co-star Joshua Bassett and Sabrina Carpenter, who fans believe to be the blonde girl referenced in the song. Although none of the three directly addressed the rumors, both Bassett and Carpenter faced intense online backlash and harassment. Bassett later revealed that the stress caused him to be hospitalized for heart failure and undergo surgery. Carpenter shared her perspective more directly in Because I Liked a Boy, as the track reflects on the innocent nature of her relationship with Bassett, the harsh public scrutiny she endured, and the emotional toll of the ordeal. It critiques how a private situation between three individuals became a sensationalized and harmful spectacle, asking listeners to consider whether the drama was worth the cost. Another single, Nonsense, became a viral hit on TikTok. It climbed to number 56 on the Billboard Hot 100, earned platinum certification from the RIAA, and broke into the top 10 on the U.S. Pop Airplay chart. Carpenter embarked on the Emails I Can't Send tour in September 2022. The tour lasted 80 shows across Europe, Asia, and North and South America, with venue capacities averaging almost 3,000 people. In March 2023, Sabrina released a deluxe edition of the album, featuring bonus tracks, including Feather. Released as a single in August, Feather peaked at number 1 on the U.S. Pop Songs chart and number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100. The music video for Feather, filmed at the Blessed Virgin Mary Catholic Church in Brooklyn, sparked controversy for its violent imagery. Following backlash, the church's pastor apologized, claiming he was unaware of the video's content. Sabrina responded to the criticism by affirming that permission had been granted for the shoot, humorously adding, "Jesus was a carpenter." Both the sound and visual elements of Feather were almost a foretelling of what was to come for Sabrina. The notable shift in these styles not only aligned with her growing identity as a pop powerhouse, but also laid the groundwork for the relatable and unapologetically authentic style she's now most recognized for. Beyond her music, Sabrina's presence on stage and screen expanded in new ways. In 2023, she joined Taylor Swift's Eras Tour as the opening act for Latin American, Australian, and Singaporean shows, and also joined Swift on stage to perform acoustic renditions of her own songs. Performing to massive audiences, she described the experience as unlike any crowd I've ever played to before. To celebrate this career highlight, she released a Spotify-exclusive cover of Swift's I Knew You Were Trouble, calling the opportunity a childhood dream come true. In November 2023, Sabrina embraced the festive spirit with a Christmas-themed EP titled Fruitcake. The collection included a refreshed version of her viral track, A Nonsense Christmas, which had been released the previous year. Sabrina's discography was already a testament to her evolving artistry. From the heartfelt reflections of Eyes Wide Open to the bold experimentation of Singular and the deeply personal storytelling in Emails I Can't Send, Sabrina built a solid foundation of music that resonated with her growing fan base. Each album marked a chapter in her journey, fearless, vulnerable, and uniquely her. But nothing could prepare her for what was to come. A moment where her years of dedication would meet an unstoppable wave of recognition, setting her career ablaze in ways no one, not even Sabrina, could have predicted. – 2024 was a momentous year for Sabrina. On April 11th, she released her own single, Espresso, which she performed live for the first time the following day at the 23rd Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival, along with the release of a music video. The song became a global phenomenon, topping the Billboard Global 200, peaking at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, and earned Sabrina the MTV Video Music Award for Song of the Year. Sabrina followed the success of Espresso with another single, Please, 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 released on June 6, 2024. The track became her second global chart topper and her first #1 single on the US Hot 100. Together, these two hits made history, as Carpenter became the first female artist to hold the #1 and 2 spots on the UK singles chart for 3 consecutive weeks. On August 23, 2024, Carpenter released her 6th studio album, Short and Sweet. The album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling 362,000 equivalent units in its first week. All tracks from the album charted within the top 50 on the Billboard Hot 100. Alongside the album, Carpenter released the single Taste, which debuted at #2 on the Hot 100. This achievement made her the first act since the Beatles to chart their first 3 top 5 US hits in a single week. These 3 singles remained in the Billboard Hot 100's top 10 for 7 consecutive weeks, setting a record for any female artist. Carpenter also broke a 71-year-old UK record by spending 20 weeks atop the UK singles chart in 1 calendar year, with Taste becoming the longest-running UK #1 of 2024. Taste was accompanied by a provocative music video that seemed to playfully address the public's obsession with Carpenter's personal life, and more specifically the drama involving Camila Cabello, Shawn Mendes, and herself. Swirling rumors of a love triangle emerged after Mendes and Cabello ended their high-profile relationship, and speculation grew when Mendes was spotted spending time with Carpenter in 2023, sparking fan theories about a budding romance. The music video and its lyrics are widely believed to reflect Sabrina Carpenter's interpretation of Camila Cabello's alleged obsession with her and Shawn Mendes. Fans have speculated that Jenna Ortega's character in the video represents Camilla, especially considering the video's intense, chaotic scenes, which some interpret as a symbolic confrontation between the two women. In September, Carpenter honored her musical inspiration by joining Christina Aguilera for a live Spotify exclusive special, celebrating the 25th anniversary of Aguilera's debut album. Together, they performed a duet of What a Girl Wants. That same month, Carpenter launched her Short and Sweet tour, her first arena tour. The shows stood out for their intimate yet powerful performances and incorporated diverse stage visuals. At each show, Carpenter would spin a bottle to determine a surprise cover song to perform, among which were tracks by Madonna and ABBA. She added an extra layer of charm to her performances of Nonsense, ending the song by improvising and adding random, almost nonsensical lyrics. This unique touch has made the outro a fan favorite moment. Closing the year, Carpenter produced and starred in the Netflix holiday special, A Nonsense Christmas with Sabrina Carpenter, released on December 6th. The special featured star-studded duets with artists like Chappelle Roan, Tyla, and Shania Twain. By the end of the year, Espresso had amassed 1.6 billion streams on Spotify, becoming the platform's most streamed song of 2024. Sabrina was romantically linked to Irish actor Barry Keoghan in early 2024, sparking significant media attention due to their seemingly unexpected pairing. The two were seen together at high-profile events, including the Oscars and Paris Fashion Week, where their chemistry was apparent. While neither confirmed their relationship outright, their interactions on social media, like flirty comments and supportive posts, added to the speculation. Fans dubbed them a surprising yet intriguing couple, noting the blend of Barry's brooding, enigmatic persona with Sabrina's vibrant and playful energy. Sabrina's music video for Please, Please, Please is widely interpreted as an artistic reflection of her dynamic with Barry. The video features cinematic elements that evoke both passion and tension, portraying a whirlwind relationship through intense imagery. Scenes of romantic highs, emotional clashes, and a sense of vulnerability mirror the public's perception of their rumored relationship. Critics praised the video for its layered storytelling and for subtly exploring themes of longing and the complexities of love. However, in December 2024, the couple reportedly ended their year-long on-and-off relationship due to career-related reasons. Still, hope remains for fans of Sabrina Carpenter and Barry Keoghan's romance. The two still follow each other on social media, and notably, Sabrina remains the only person Barry follows on Instagram, a detail that hasn't gone unnoticed by their supporters. In 2025, Sabrina Carpenter's career reached new heights, marked by significant achievements and artistic milestones. At the 67th Annual Grammy Awards, she secured 2 prestigious awards: Best Pop Vocal Album for her chart-topping album Short and Sweet, and Best Pop Solo Performance for its lead single, Espresso. Her Grammy debut performance featured a captivating medley of Espresso and Please, Please, Please. Receiving 8 nominations in total, Sabrina became one of the only 15 artists in history to receive nominations in all 4 main general field categories in a single night. On February 14, 2025, Sabrina released the deluxe edition of Short and Sweet, which included 5 new tracks. Among them was a notable duet with country music legend Dolly Parton on Please, 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 accompanied by a music video co-directed by Sabrina and Sean Price Williams, filmed in Nashville. The deluxe album also featured Busy Woman, a track Sabrina had previously introduced during her sold-out headlining arena tour. Continuing her global success, Sabrina embarked on the next leg of her Short and Sweet tour, performing in major cities in Europe. The tour continued to garner enthusiastic responses, with performances characterized by sophisticated setups and dynamic costume changes. Sabrina's remarkable start to the year also included a cover feature in Vogue US and a guest appearance on Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary special. Sabrina's appeal was further recognized at the 2025 Brit Awards, where she was honored with the Global Success Award, making her the first international artist to receive this accolade. Her performance at the ceremony was both bold and memorable, beginning with an homage to British culture and transitioning into a provocative rendition of Bed Chem. These accomplishments in 2025 underscored Sabrina Carpenter's dedication to her craft and her rising prominence in the global music industry. As we bring Sabrina Carpenter's story full circle, it's clear that her journey is one of reinvention and relentless passion. From her earliest days on Disney Channel, where her talent shone brightly but often within the confines of expectation, to the raw and fearless artist she's become today, Sabrina's evolution is a testament to her unwavering belief in herself. She has spent over a decade in the spotlight, but it's in these last few years that she has truly stepped into her own. Breaking away from preconceived notions and proving she's far more than just a product of her beginnings. Sabrina's music has become a reflection of her innermost thoughts and experiences, documenting heartbreak, self-discovery, and the messy, beautiful complexities of life. With Emails I Can't Send, she didn't just create an album, she invited her audience into her world. It was unfiltered and vulnerable, resonating with fans who saw themselves in her stories. Her follow-up work on Short and Sweet continued to push boundaries, balancing sharp wit and emotional weight with experimental sounds that marked a new era for her artistry. She's redefined what it means to grow up in the public eye, not by trying to escape her past, but by using it as a stepping stone to something greater. What makes Sabrina's story so compelling isn't just her talent, it's her authenticity. She hasn't relied on gimmicks or trends to define her. Instead, she's leaned into what makes her unique: her songwriting voice, her emotional vulnerability, and her ability to weave humor and humanity into everything she does. Whether she's performing sold-out arena shows, collaborating with industry legends, or going viral on TikTok for her playful outros, every move Sabrina makes feels deeply personal and intentional. But Sabrina Carpenter's story isn't just about music. It's about carving out a space in an industry that so often tries to box young women into roles they didn't choose. It's about refusing to let setbacks define you and instead using them as fuel to propel forward. It's about showing the world who you are on your own terms, even when it means taking risks. Sabrina is building a legacy, not just as a pop star, but as an artist, a storyteller, and a trailblazer for the next generation. And so, as we close the chapter on this documentary, we know this isn't the end of her story. It's just the beginning. Sabrina Carpenter's voice, her vision, and her passion will continue to inspire and captivate, reminding us all that no matter where you start, with determination and a little bit of fearlessness, you can become unstoppable.